There we go. Welcome in everyone to this presentation of the Challenger Series as part of the PRA Stock Series here on the PRA Network. I'll be your host for tonight, 81, as we take to Grand Valley Highway to close off our season here. Week 5 of the inaugural Season 0 of the PRA Challenger Series and Stock Series here. Taking us to the beautiful coast of Grand Valley Highway, as you see one of the most beautiful views in the game coming across the Grand Valley Bridge. So, qualifying is over. We are taking our pace laps around the course. 11T leading the way, our championship leader, going to lead the pack around this track. Qualified very well, very strong showing from him. And looking to seal off the championship for himself. Only one driver to possibly compete with him is Pocono, 2 points off. Our championship standings sit as follows. 11T for MRC Racing, sitting in first place with 60 points and 1 win to his name. But second in the standings will be Pocono, who's actually starting this race all the way back in 8th. Himself and B-Dog of NTG Elite Racing had some struggles to start off tonight in qualifying. The two Chevy cars in the second half of the grid. Pocono starting in 8th as we come through the tunnel and getting ready to start things off. Real quick breakdown of the starting lineup. 11T in first, Smoke 1-4 in second, Me Moline in third. Both free agents looking to have a strong finish to this season and possibly propel them onto a team or take that momentum with them through the rest of the season. But side by side along the main straight, through the tunnel and to the start line, as we are green here to close off our Challenger Series here at Grand Valley Highway. 11T taking the lead, Me Moline getting a bit of draft off him. Smoke 1-4 is going to look around the inside as we get collisions in the back with some marshmallows on the outside of the field and some 3-4 wide across the first bridge. Very chaotic start there into turn 1. Beneficiary of that is Pocono, making the move up into 4th, but hits the dirt a little bit as Tyro's going to get the overtake into 5th, into the coastal hairpin, as I will deem it. Very scenic place for an overtake, and very risky one at that. But we have now everyone getting a little bit settled in, but License and Pocono side by side, a little bit of contact as Pocono looks to make his way up the field. He knows if he has a chance to win this championship, I mean, this is your last shot. Last race of this season, you're only 2 points behind 11T, but 11T is going to look to want to storm away with this race. But Me Moline, not wanting to make that easy for him, as the 47 monster free agent of Me Moline, really giving 11T some pressure, which is pretty surprising to start off, as 11T started so hot in qualifying, about 5/10 faster than everyone else. And he looked very strong. 11T also qualifying 1.5 seconds faster than Pocono in the qualifying, so that just shows the comparison between our two championship leaders. But Me Moline does take the lead from 11T for now. We're going to see if 11T tries to strike back as we get the single file line now through the back section of this track into the tunnel, through the big bridge. As we make our way through the tunnel into the start straight, Trip might make a run on Captain Napkins here into turn 1, gives him a little bump. Let's see what he can do with this move. He's going to look outside first, make sides up for cutback. Captain defends very well. Can't make the move around the outside really here as Captain holds on for third, but we're going to see if himself or even Tyro can make a move into the coastal hairpin as we head down the hill to the shoreline. Captain trying to hold up. They both hit dirt as Tyro's going to get around both of them into the hairpin, with Matt Morg making his way up to 4th and a huge dive. Who was that? As he almost flies off the hill. That was Pocono, and B-Dog involved as well. A few other drivers involved with that. Huge missed braking point for our second and championship leader. Really looking to dive it in there, couldn't get it right as he nearly goes flying into the ocean. Another hard send from Tyro onto Lysis. Things getting a bit punchy here already with 3 laps of 25 through this race. So these guys are looking to give it their all for the end of this race. Tyro fires back smoke. Lysis and Captain up ahead. Captain's going to have to take a penalty, with our penalty zone being over the bridge, over the shoreline bridge, as Lysis makes his way past, and with a purple sector as well. Let's take a look up front. Mean Moline holding off 11T as we make it through the uphill S's, the chicane, onto the back Grand Valley Bridge. Call it Bridge 1 and Bridge 2 for simplicity's sake. We'll look back. Matt Morg has a whole second time penalty, so Trent should be catching him here at some point soon, as we have the rest of the pack filing in. So we'll get the race HUD on for everyone to view with all the information down there. Smoke 1-4 and Boring Peppers side by side. Boring Peppers making his way back up the field after getting caught up probably on the worst end of that turn 1 collision on the initial restart. But he does get the overtake on Smoke 1-4 up into 8th place. Check up ahead. Mean Moline trying to gap out 11T. 11T does set a purple first sector. We have Tyro trying to fight Captain Napkins. Captain pretty much knowing he's kind of a sitting duck here with that penalty yet again this lap. He's trying to chase Tyro down. Boring Peppers also picks up a half-second penalty. B-Dog along with him as well. Penalties are going to be a challenge for these drivers to stay on the track limits, especially since here at Grand Valley Highway, track limits can be quite inconsistent at times. But you see the gap these two guys up ahead, 11T and Mean Moline, have made from the rest of the pack. Two Toyota drivers, though Mean Moline is a free agent, as I mentioned before, really just trying to make a strong impression in this season. He's down the pack in points. I believe he's sitting tied for 15th in point standings, but really making a shot here at the very end of the season to make it his win from 11T, but we're very early on this race. He's got to hold on still, but so far he looks, dare I say, a bit faster than 11T around this track. You see their fastest times are within about a tenth of each other, as 11T doesn't get the fastest lap from him. Take a look back. Trent did make a move on Matt Morg after he served his penalty. Taking a look back. Captain holding off Boring Peppers. B-Dog trailing behind Boring Peppers. Boring Peppers goes defensive into turn 1. B-Dog looking around the outside. Not going to get it done on Boring as Boring holds off B-Dog through that corner. Pocono, very tough break for him. After the lap 2 mishap on his end, really struggling to get back up the pack now. Sitting back in 11th. He's going to need a miracle or some really, really good driving to get his way back up into the championship fight. Probably going to need a bit of both, to be honest. As Boring Peppers still sizes up B-Dog, looking to make the move this time by. Both drivers closing in on Captain Napkins as they make it around this left bend into the middle track tunnel. Under the overhang and through the sweeping left to the sweeping right onto the shoreline bridge as Captain Napkins holds the inside. Boring Peppers behind. B-Dog makes the move around Captain Napkins. Great place. Beautiful move on the outside there as we make our way on the back straight of this course and up into the second tunnel, the hairpin tunnel. Let's make it up the chicane now, watching Lysis and Tyro. Tyro takes a bit of a tight line, but gets through it clean. Lysis may have a better run on him though. We'll see if he can get the overtake done. Looking back, Boring Peppers and Captain Napkins make contact with the chicane. Tough break for those two guys as Pocono's going to reel them in. Taking a look back up to the front of the pack, Lysis looking to track down Tyro. Matt Morg has a penalty this time by. Mean Moline still holding off 11-2 for the lead. Let's see if 11T makes a move into the shoreline hairpin here, as he's really sizing up Mean Moline, but again, these guys are pretty much even on pace as of right now. I'm going to see what pit strategies come into play at some point, as these guys will probably have to take tires at some point, seeing they take soft tires here. As you see, pretty much a 10-second gap between first and fourth. B-Dog looking to move his way up the pack. Smoke 1-4 in his sights. Looking to hold on tough for NTG Elite Racing. Another one of the teams in contention for the franchise championship overall. B-Dog getting loose out of that turn, but holds steady as he's on the quarter panel of Smoke 1-4. Going to look for the dive to the inside and looking to make the same move he made on Captain Napkins, not even needing to do it, as B-Dog gets by into 7th place. We'll mention, though, that Smoke 1-4, you'll notice his pace has been a bit off. That is because he's starting on the racing hards, hoping he's not going to have to pit at all, and see if those soft tires for everyone else wears out, as Boring Peppers is on half-second penalty. Let's take a look at everyone's tires, as we see a fight for 13th and 14th, or 12th and 13th between Byaku and Massive. Possibly Massive looking for a run onto the front straight, getting a little loose. Let's take a look here. 11T does take the lead from Mean Moline, as Mean Moline takes a whole second penalty. 11T had the drag to get the gun on the main straight, and he takes the lead of this race, and Mean Moline, very unfortunate break for him, considering he was running so well. That 1 second time penalty is going to be killer, as 11T is going to look to escape Mean Moline after fighting him for so long. Real tough battle between the two, but 11T looking to gain that gap back now. Trent sitting in 3rd place. He might even have a shot at Mean Moline after he serves his penalty. Matt Morgan 4th, Tyro in 5th. Lysis in 6th, as we see B-Dog charging his way up the field, now in 7th. Smoke 1-4 behind him in 8th. All the top 7 are on racing softs, as you can see the pace difference between everyone else, and it looks like everyone behind B-Dog, for the most part, is on racing hards from Smoke 1-4 back. I'm sure there's a few exceptions, but for the most part, those guys are running a different strategy for the racing hards, hoping these guys will lose time for the pit stops. So we see Mean Moline take his penalty, and you see the gap immediately that gives 11T. And now Trent might even have a run onto Mean Moline onto the front straight. We do see here on to the back bridge, Smoke 1-4 and B-Dog side by side onto the tunnel, leaning out to the front straight. Smoke 1-4 not letting B-Dog get away without a fight. And Boring Peckers sticking his nose into the battle now, getting a run on Smoke 1-4, getting into 8th place. B-Dog trying to hold on now for Boring. See B-Dog's tires already starting to struggle as Boring Peppers starts to apply the pressure. B-Dog really making his push up the field was worse for wear on his car, as you're going to see him start to struggle now. And the racing hard strategy may start looking a bit better, though these guys do have the gap to make a pit. As let's take a look. There's about a 23-second gap for 11T back to 7th place as B-Dog and Boring Peppers in this fight. So 11T would, if 11T pits, he would be looking to come out around 7th, 6th, 7th place, as Boring does get the move done on B-Dog. Now considering this, is that 11T, if he pits for fresh softs, and assuming everyone else ahead does too, I mean, he would be coming out. The first runner on hards is Smoke14, 26 seconds back of the leader. So he has more than enough time to make a pit and come away clean from the hard tire drivers. You see this battle still heating up for Boring Peppers and P-Dog into the tunnel hairpin. Boring Peppers runs a little wide. B-Dog's gonna have the better run into the chicane. Gonna try for a little double under overcut maneuver. Now gonna look to push around the outside to the dirt. Not gonna happen, as there's not enough room for her to get by. Really ambitious move from B-Dog. Really pulling out all the stops tonight. Rough qualifying session for him, but looking to make a complete 180 in this race tonight for his race pace. Taking a look a bit more ahead of the field, Tyra runs wide in turn 1, but Matt Morg holding yet another 1 second penalty. As you can see now, 11th with the gap to V. Moline growing to 5 seconds. Even despite their lap times, well, yeah, V. Moline's lap times have fallen off. 11th can't give consistency in this Challenger Series. Still continuing, even with the tire wear running 155 lap times. As we hop on board here, we see Pocono trying to catch up Captain Napkins, trying to salvage whatever he can in this race, get himself back to the top 10. You can see those tires at the bottom left, really worse for wear, probably one of the worst on the track right now, as his front left is pretty much almost gone. That being said, he's still pushing that car to catch Captain, get himself back to the top 10, and hopefully for him, really his best hope right now is to be in good positioning in the case that a caution does come out. But with the spread of the track right now, it's not a guarantee that's going to happen. As you see Smoke14 trying to catch B-Dog, and you have Pocono yet again trying to reel in Captain Napkins on the front straight. You see now the tire wear on B-Dog's car. He's running a consistent 2-minute lap time, which is a stark fall off from where he was before and everyone else on the track around him. In comparison, Smoke14 behind him is also running a 2-minute lap now, and honestly looking to be improving even, as his hard tires do not have much wear. As you see B-Dog collide to the outside rock wall, and now Smoke14 is the one with the tire advantage here in this fight for 8th place. Captain watching idly by in 9th or 10th on his hard tires, as Pocono, his night getting even worse here, is in 11th place, having to take a half-second penalty for his troubles fighting Captain Napkins. We'll keep our eye on this battle for 8 as Smoke14 is reeling in B-Dog ever more on his back bumper now through the chicane onto the front straight. Across the last bridge, B-Dog still hoping to hold on. Real quick, let's take a look. Boring Peppers looking to reel in the Lysis. Both tire wear looking pretty similar. Lysis just put down a 2-minute flat lap time. Boring Peppers putting down a 1:56. So you can see how much he's trying to reel him in now. 4-second improvement on lap time, and looking to be blistering up this field now. So he's still got some tread left on those racing softs. He's going to have a chance to make a run at Lysis and overtake before these guys have to pit. Taking a look at this race back here, Captain Napkins has gotten his nose into the fight. Half-second penalty for his troubles, but Smoke 1-4 having been fended off him now as B-Dog runs wide into the dirt, possibly going to pick up a penalty himself as we head into the shoreline hairpin. Smoke 1-4, the much better run on B-Dog with the loss of traction in his tires. Smoke 1-4 going to make the move around the outside. B-Dog holding the inside line. Going to hold on for now. Captain sizing both of these guys up. Gives Smoke a little nudge. Tell him, hey, get up the field a little bit faster. As B-Dog really getting loose now. Captain Napkins behind. Going to have to serve a penalty of his own. We'll see if Smoke can get the move done on B-Dog finally. B-Dog approach acting as defending roadblock here against Smoke 1-4. Left out to dry on those worn softs. But Smoke 1-4 still can't get it done as he has had an amazing chance for a run there. Couldn't get it done. Captain had an amazing run out of the corner, but obviously had to serve his penalty. But with the two mishaps in front of him with B-Dog's tough tires and Smoke not being able to take advantage, Captain Napkins is still well in this fight. Smoke 1-4 trying whatever he can do to size up the move on B-Dog, but Captain Napkins is going to take the inside line. An amazing run to the line. 3 wide. Captain Napkins is going to get a 2-for-1 special here on B-Dog and Smoke 1-4 onto lap 12 of 25 here at Grand Valley Highway. B-Dog and Smoke 1-4 side by side now. B-Dog trying to hold the inside line from Smoke. Smoke looking to the outside. Pocono catching the pack, trying to get with his NTG Elite teammate B-Dog. Smoke 1-4 is going to make the move into 9th place finally. And that fight is going to give Captain Napkins a bit more room to maneuver with, as he's going to take a bit of a gap between Smoke 1-4 and B-Dog, moving up into 8th place as Captain makes the drop down into Challenger Series for this week. A late change to the grid as Captain Napkins, as a vote done by the owners, was allowed to move down into the Challenger Series for this race tonight. And he's going to take full advantage of the opportunity he has to put in some laps here. Coming down from the Elite Series, having some struggles with getting into qualifying, but really holding his own here in this Challenger Series race in a solid 8th place. As we check in, Boring Peppers catching Lysis. He's right on his tailpipe still. 7th place and 6th place in this fight. Let's take a look at times as Lysis is running a bit faster now than he was, but Boring Peppers still running a very consistent, at least 2nd or 2 faster than Lysis per lap, as it makes it side by side over the Valley Bridge and into the tunnel. As you see, Matt Morg is the first one to make the jump into the pits, up in 5th place. Boring and Lysis side by side in a drag race down to turn 1. Let's see who gets it done. Boring Peppers is in the position to make the overtake with the inside line into turn 1. Looking to hold off Lysis. Lysis, more aggressive braking. Gonna run it wide just a little bit on those tires. Gonna stick it around the outside. Boring Peppers closes the door as he makes the move into 5th final. We'll see how this move from Matt Morg pans out, as he's going to be sitting back in 12th place, just coming out of the pits himself. Coming up on this backpack of guys on racing hards and really worn racing softs, including massive B-Dog Pocono and Smoke 1-4. As we see now, our reigning race leader, Levity, now makes the jump into the pits. Mean Moline takes the lead temporarily. Trent makes the jump into the pits as well. Let's see where Levity comes out on this field, as Tyro is going to take second place, Mean Moline in first. Mean Moline might try to stick on the tires, though that fuel might be a challenge towards the end of this race, as he does take a half-second penalty now. A lot of cars making their way into pits, but Levity comes out in third, showing just how far ahead of the rest of the pack he was coming into his pit stop, as he's still holding a strong third as Captain Napkins takes provisional fourth place on those Racing Hards. Racing Hard strategy looking great for a top 5 to top 8 finish potentially, but the race win seems to be out of hand for these guys now. I wouldn't say that's necessarily indicative of strategy, just more a sheer showing of Levity's pace around this track and skill in this car all season. You have Matt Morg charging his way up the field now, the first to take tires on fresh softs. Already got his way past Byaku and B-Dog. Up in 8th, making the look onto Massive now in the Old Spice Toyota. And we will see now as well how Levity is going to catch Tyro and Mean Moline in a moment. Massive getting a bit loose here through the technical section of this track. Sector 2, as Matt Morg makes the side-by-side under the overhang tunnel. Mean Moline now hops to the pits, spelling his run to an end up front. Matt Morg looking around the outside of Massive. Tyro joining him in the pits as well, as B-Dog really makes his move in on Massive. Does take a penalty for his troubles. Up into 8th place, as that was quite a bit of contact there going onto the bridge. Massive sends it in really hard into the tunnel. Could not hit the brakes in time and has to settle for 9th place. Possibly not too happy with the move B-Dog just made. Really setting him kind of just off kilter a little bit. Struggling to get his momentum back in place. B-Dog making his move up to 8th. Matt Morg holding 7th. Tyro still in the pits as he comes out. Let's see where he comes out in. He will come out in 6th behind Trent Smoke 1-4. So the undercut for Trent does work out for him. Smoke 1-4 still trying to hold on to those hard tires, but Trent's going to make an easy overtake on him. Now having his sights on 3rd place, Captain Napkins. Now consideration for these guys who stuck it out on the hard tires. They're still going to have to take fuel most likely. I'm not sure if that tank's going to make it to the end here for Captain or for Smoke. Smokes might make it to the end. I'm not sure about Captain's fuel tank though. Heading further up the field now, Levity extending his lead back up to 10 seconds after the pit stops of Mean Moline and Tyro. Mean Moline still holding on to 2nd though. Very impressive showing for him nonetheless, as he is currently in 2nd place. Will be on fresher tires than Levity technically, so he may have a chance at the end of this race if Levity's tire wear starts to fall off. Trent now serves his penalty as Smoke 1-4 is going to get a run onto Trent. Not enough of a run though to make the move done into the tunnel hairpin. Up into the chicane. Trent holding 4th. Smoke 1-4 in 5th. Trent gonna make a run back to Captain Napkins. Now, the pace difference on those fresh soft tires compared to these hard tire drivers of Captain and Smoke, it's just a night and day difference. With Tyro not too far behind as well, gonna make quick work of Smoke 1-4 hopefully, as he's gonna size up a long drafting run into turn 1. So we'll possibly see 2 overtakes in turn 1 here. Both soft tires onto hard tires. First, Trent with Captain Napkins. He will send it down the inside. Has the grip to get it done, and he will on Captain Napkins. As Tyro, pretty much rinse and repeat. Have you seen this one before? Playing Simon Says copycat game of horse. As Trent and Tyro make their way up into 3rd and 5th respectively. Take a look a bit further back, Massive in 8th. B-Dog in 9th, really struggling on the soft tires. Possibly, maybe gonna look to make a pit at some point, but as of right now, sticking out on those tires. Byaku and Boring Peppers hounding him down behind. All 3 different strategies at play here as Byaku is on fresh hards, B-Dog is on really old softs, and Boring is on really fresh softs. Byaku is on softs, and B-Dog is on really old softs. There we go, got that sorted out. And the winner of this fight is Boring Peppers, as he is on the best tire by far. But he does send it in as he collides with B-Dog and they hit the wall. We might see if that's counted as a tally. We will see. But B-Dog and Boring Peppers do make contact through the S's. Kind of a train here on the back straight onto the bridge into the tunnel hairpin, as Smoke 1-4 just can't make the momentum onto the top 2 in front of them. But Captain Napkins fell back as well as Tyro is going to take 4th place. Now the soft driver's looking to track down Mean Moline, but they're going to have some work to do for sure, as Mean Moline has a 5-second gap on Trent, and 11th just continues to widen the gap even further as he does set the fastest time of the race with 1:55.082. Great start, or great time for 11th as he just continues to add to this lead, almost 13 seconds now, as he is cruising to the Challenger Series Championship. Mean Moline in 2nd. Got a bit of a fight here. Let's take a look back here. Boring Peppers, B-Dog, Byaku heads to the pits to take new tires and fuel. B-Dog tailing down Boring Peppers. The wear on his tires, we're going to see if he can get done. Does not send down the inside here, as he knows probably not got the grip to make that move happen. Boring Peppers, you can see clearly has the better grip as he gets an amazing exit out of turn 1. B-Dog not so fortunate. Smoke 1-4 and Captain Napkins now have the track together. Let's see what these 2 guys can do side by side. Smoke 1-4 and Captain Napkins. 1 free agent, 1 a team owner. Let's see what these 2 guys can do together. Smoke 1-4 maybe make an impression on Captain Napkins as we head down into the downhill left, right onto the coastline bridge. Smoke 1-4 looking to make a move. He's got the momentum to do it, and he's running 2 seconds faster than Captain Napkins on these racing hards. Doing a better job, but Captain is running very low on fuel. He's going to have to come in this time by. So Smoke 1-4 will have 6th or 5th place in his hands, as Captain really struggling for fuel. Now Smoke 1-4 might just have the move done before they even make it to the pit straight, as he does. Captain Napkins having to run a little bit wide, as Smoke 1-4 has the move done, had the space to do it, gets up into the top 5. And now Matt Moore is going to make a run on Captain Napkins as well, into the tunnel, onto the front straight. Unfortunate break in strategy for Captain Napkins, as Matt Moore is going to full pounce through the tunnel as Captain heads into the pits to take fuel. Matt Moore moves up to 6th, and the rest of the drivers behind should make a jump in 1 position on Captain Napkins. Kind of everyone's in a little bit of a world of their own right now for the most part. The only exception being Massive and Boring Peppers. Massive trying to stick in there with Boring Peppers. A little bit of a pace difference between the 2, but Massive isn't going to let Boring just get out of sight. As we see B-Dog hits the pits as well for a fresh set of tires and possibly some more fuel. He does take some more fuel to make sure he gets to the end of this race. Let's take a look at some of the fuel settings. So if you look at the bottom left where you have the tires and you have the fuel gauge right next to that, you have 11th with about half fuel. He's good to go for the end of this race. Trent is actually sitting in 2nd place currently as Mean Moline falls back to 3rd. But Trent does have to take the penalty. Both these guys running really fast. Trent at one point had the fastest lap of the race. Mean Moline is going to get the overtake after Trent takes his penalty as they head into the hairpin tunnel. Up into the chicane. Trent's going to hold back on Mean Moline. Going to get the run through the final tunnel onto the front straight. Tyro sitting in fourth. Really losing the gap with the guys in front. Did run his fastest lap of the race, though, this last time by the 1:55.6. Trying to make sure he can keep Trent and Mean Moline in sight as he can make a run for those guys. All these guys on enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. Trent is in position to pounce on Mean Moline to get up into second place. Let's see, he takes a look into turn one. Just not close enough, though. Mean Moline did give him the space, but just was not close enough to make the move happen. So look back, Smoke 1-4, sitting duck for Matt Moore. Hard tires versus the soft tires. Not going to get done this time by, but possibly into the coastline chicane will have that move done. So look at Trent. Ooh, has to take evasive maneuvers to not plow to the back of Mean Moline, but he does a good job of saving both of their races there, as he does let off in swerve a little bit to the left. But he's still hot on Mean Moline's tail. You can see the pace difference between these two guys as well. Mean Moline's last lap was 2:01, though he has been running in the 1:56s. Trent is running a 1:56, 1:57. Does take half a second penalty. That's a confusion to me, as Trent's going to have to take yet another penalty, unfortunately, for him. And now it's going to put Tyro right back in striking distance to get back into third. Matt Moore still looking to size up Smoke 1-4. And we take a look at this front straight into turn one. Pretty nice fight at the very back of the pack of Biog and Biaku, both guys who fitted together onto soft tires and taking fuel. Have themselves a bit of fun at the back of the pack to close out the season. Captain Napkins, with his fuel situation, having to fall back to 11th place. Pocono in 10th. Massive in 9th. Let's see. Lysis in 8th. Boring Peppers in 7th. Smoke 1-4 in 6th as Matt Moore does make the move on the back straight into 5th place. 4th place is Trent trying to tail down Tyro, as Tyro has stolen his 3rd place after serving his second penalty in 2 laps. We do have a bit of slipping as Boring Peppers gets his way through the chicane. Smoke 1-4 going to try to draft up with Matt Moore. Trent going to sit on the inside of Tyro. This is going to be a fight to watch for right now. Battle for the podium between Tyro and Trent. Going side by side down to the coastal chicane, as both of these guys looking to put a good fight in with one another. Tyro representing Rings of Saturn, and Trent, owner of Team Aftershock. Tyro is going to hold on to the position for now, going through the hairpin. We have just about 5 laps to go. As you see, these guys making it through the hairpins here. Well, let's go find 11T, as he is onto the bridge. He has a 20-second gap, just about 18 seconds to second place Mean Moline. So, yeah, you can see 11T's got a bit of a gap going, and he feels pretty secure for his championship chances, as he holds the championship lead currently, leading 2 points from Pocono, who himself has been pretty much taken out of this race after the first couple laps, sitting down at 10th. So as you see on the right side of your screen, both Tyro and Trent have both been running very good laps these past few times around, both in the 156s, trying to catch up with Mean Moline, as Trent does sit a bit too hard the coastline hairpin. barely not taking out Tyro's back bumper with him. But Mean Moline running around 57. Let's see if Tyro and Trent can catch Moline by the end of this race. It's only a 3-second gap, and it only takes one mistake from Mean Moline or a couple of really good laps from these two guys to make this a fight for second. As a fight for second is pretty much what everyone here is fighting for now, considering Eleventy's gap to everyone else as he storms away with the presumed win of this race. 20 seconds, almost 21 now, ahead of everyone else in this pack as he heads into the main tunnel. Trent tailing Tyro, a little bit further behind into the tunnel hairpin. Let's take a look further back for now as we see Matt Moore kind of his own world in 5th. Same story for Roaring Peppers as Smoke 14 is going to take a half-second penalty in 7th. Lysis is sitting in 8th. Pocono kind of sitting in his own world as well in 9th. He's going to hold on for 2nd in the championship standings, pending these current results. At least as things stand, that's where Pocono would be, as he's got about a 20-point gap on the next person behind him in the championship standing. So really, he could have DNF'd this race. He could have no-showed this race, and he'd still be clean in 2nd place. But Pocono just getting through the rest of this track here with 4 to go, sitting in 9th. B-Dog getting a little bit slippy-slidey back in 12th as he tries to catch Biaku. He has a 5/10 penalty of his own. But, fun fight in the back for these two drivers, one Ford, one Chevy. Eleventy rounding through the tunnel hairpin. We do see this fight for 2nd starting to close even further, as just that gap tightening and tightening between all 3 drivers lap by lap. So we're going to see if this really does close down at the end, but Trent does have to take a half-second penalty, as that's going to give Tyro a little bit of breathing room to focus on chasing down Mean Moline. Sure right about that, race chick. These penalties have been killer in this race. Really, compared to any other race all season, even including Watkins Glen. Just, these penalties have been brutal. The Spa penalties as well. The Spa penalties were really harsh at times, but here especially, it's been a whole different world with these penalties, even just 5/10 having to slow off the gas, making a whole difference between positions in this race, as you have multiple drivers who would be probably 1 or 2 spots ahead of where they are now if they didn't have to take penalty. But alas, this track is very strict and, dare I say, sometimes inconsistent with its track enforcement rules. But nonetheless, these guys getting hammered with these penalties sure are not happy about it. We do see B-Dog got moved on Biaku, 411, as Biaku now going to hope to hold off Massive. Both these guys starting to get stalked a little bit in the background by Eleventy, considering the fact that Eleventy is almost closer to the guys a lap down than he is to 2nd place at this point. As we have no more cautions with 3 and almost 2 to go here at Grand Valley Highway. Trent is going to try to do what he can to go chase down Tyro for that third place position, as those two were fighting over it fiercely, and Trent was running really fast, has been all race. As mentioned before, at one point had the fastest lap of the race before Levity had to go take that for himself too. But for right now, Trent has some work to do with 2 laps left. Really now approaching have to rely on a Tyro mistake, which with tire wear getting lower by the lap, not going to be too unreasonable to expect to see that happen, as Tyro still holds second place, or third place for now. Me and Melina holding on to second place. Me and Melina's times have really improved now, as you see on the right side, getting more hang of the car and the tires. Getting back down to consistent 56, possibly not feeling the pressure of Tyro and Trent behind, just getting to run his own race. No, he can't catch a Levity, so he doesn't have to put too much pressure on himself. But he is running low on fuel, but he should make it through 2 more laps, barring his fuel situation. You see, a Levity is very low as well, but he has plenty of room to coast across the track, and as mentioned before, he should have plenty enough time to get across the line with that fuel. See, all these guys kind of running worse for wear on fuel. Trent's going to have to take a 5/10 penalty yet again. So that pretty much spells the end of his chase for Tyro, as he's going to have to serve that on lap 25. So, as at any chance he had to chase it down, Tyro is going to be thwarted by yet another one of these pesky 5/10 penalties. You see, Matt Morgan, Bourne Pepper's starting to get a little bit of a fight here. Bourne Pepper's been running about a second faster than Matt Bourne each time by. Very consistent 157, you see on the right side of Bourne Pepper's. So he might have a chance at Matt Morgan this time by. With 1 to go now, as Levity's already taken the white flag. I was watching me and Moline cross the line. Levity's miles ahead of him, as he's already heading down to the shoreline hairpin. Just gets to take it easy. Little small mistakes, doesn't have to get everything perfect as long as he keeps the car on the track and off the cliff. As he makes his way going, as me and Moline only now making it down to the hairpin. Tyro sitting in third. Me and Moline does run a little bit wide, but he's got enough space between himself and Tyro to feel fine. Massive making a run of Biaku on this time by, looking to get by him as he makes the lunge into the tunnel hairpin. And let's see, kind of a, at least you can take something from this race at the very end, as Massive does get the overtake on Biaku, a rather nice overtake at that. Himself out of 13th place. Let's take a look real quick around the field. Captain now gets the front straight. Very well spaced with all these drivers. Boring might still have a shot at Matt Morgan. We will see how they do on their last lap. But let's take our way around to Levity. So, Levity, 1 win on the season already. Looking to make that a 2nd win here. Levity was winner of week 2 at the Sardinia Road Course, and will be winner here at Grand Valley Highway, and will be winner of the Challenger Series Championship for the inaugural stock series here in PRA. In Season 0, he takes the checkered flag one last time, as Moline comes home with 2nd place, and pretty comfortable silver medal for this race, considering his rough track record on the season, but finishing off very strong here at Grand Valley Highway, make his name known for sure with his very strong pace through the race. Trent holds on for 4th. We do see if Matt Moore can hold off Bourne Peppers. Probably give it 1 or 2 more laps, Bourne Peppers would have got the move done on Matt Moore. But not this time, as Matt Moore is going to come through, closing out the top 5, with Bourne Peppers closing out in 6th, as we now see the rest of the pack really coming through the rest of the track here, as there's a lot of gaps and kind of skill differences on this track. But everyone running a pretty fine race considering their situation. Some people with some unfortunate breaks, but Lysis comes home with 7th place. Smoke 1-4, doing a pretty good job considering he's gone through this whole race on hard tires and fuel saving as he's just about inches out the fuel he has. Dakota Nate, Captain Napkins in 9th. Pocono, second in championship standings and will remain so. But he is coming in 10th this race, but with that being said, I'm sure he's still happy with second place in the championship standings here as he slides his car across the checkered line for 10th place. As we will now see if we can get 11T into the booth. Welcome in 11T. Congratulations.
Hello, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, indeed, congratulations on your race win, making it 2 for the season. And not just that, but crowning the champion for this inaugural season of the Challenger Series.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun racing with you guys for this first season.
And welcome in the league owner, B-Dog, as well, and our race official-ish for tonight, running his own race. Pretty solid back there. But welcome in, B-Dog, too.
Thanks for having me. 11T, on behalf of PRA and everybody in it and all the board of directors, race officials, everybody that makes PRA run, congratulations on season 0. You are the Challenger champion. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Thanks for hosting this. A lot of fun in these races, competitive races, and yeah, I'm happy with the way it went. It's fun.
11T, you are exactly what this series was designed for. Before this series, you did not know about PRA. Maybe you did, but you didn't race in it. I reached out to your franchise owner, Guitar Hero. He came on to PRA, creating his own franchise and taking some guys out from his racing league and the people that he races with and entering into the PRA Stock Series, which is what it was totally designed to be. It was not only allow people in PRA, but get people outside of PRA. And you came in on that. You roughed up some PRA guys. They roughed you up a little bit, but overall you came out on top as a champion. So, I mean, that's a complete success for me. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a unique system that you guys have here, and I think it worked quite well. The whole ownership, and I think it did a great job of bringing groups of other racers all together to kind of compete together and show what what everyone has to offer. So yeah.
Yep, and that's MRC Racing.
Yes.
Is taking the Challenger Series championship. Awesome. Love it. Thank you, 11T. AOI, awesome. Take it away.
Well, I mean, I don't have too much to say myself, as 11T did most of the speaking on the track for us. So, I honestly don't have many questions of my own other than, yet again, congratulations on just pure consistency throughout all season and coming out on top with the gold.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a tough one for sure, but I think my worst race was at Spa, and it was complete carnage. But it was still a whole lot of fun, and it was close going into this. It was a bit of a shame that Pocono didn't qualify. I guess maybe didn't get a lap in or something. It would have been fun to have us battle it out front, but it was still a lot of fun. And yeah, in terms of this race, it pretty much went smoothly. Me and Malene got a good start at the beginning, but I was okay with just trying to save my tires a bit. And battled out for a few laps, and then I pitted about a lap earlier than him, got the undercut on him, and From there, I think he got caught up with Trent behind him, and they battled it out a little bit. So, yeah, pretty standard race, but still a fun one.
Indeed, that fight with you and Mean and Meline to watch at the start was really fun. Kind of Mean and Meline coming out of the gate, pretty much a surprise, just really shooting out of the cannon compared to everyone else. Actually giving you a run for those first few laps, and also unfortunate what happened with Pocono got caught up in that turn 1 wreck at the start of the race and just never recovered from it.
Yeah, I heard something about that. But yeah, it's a great race, great run with you guys. And yeah, I can say I'm a champion. It's cool.
All right, Levity, thank you so much. And once again, on behalf of PRA, congratulations. And AY, just want to thank you for putting it up and out there for 5 straight weeks, pulling double duty week in and week out. We appreciate you, and we're looking to wrap up the season tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, man. As everyone watching at home, be sure to check out our last race of this inaugural season tomorrow night with the Elite Series making their way back over here to Highway 1, Grand Valley Highway, as we close out this inaugural season. Very successful season of the PRA Stock Series. Everyone be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for tomorrow's race and what comes next in the futures. We've got more to come from here, as this is only the beginning. But thank you everyone for coming out for this journey, and one more race tomorrow night. Let's see everyone show up and have a good time. Until then, see you there, and good